Thank you, Ken Gashuhi. May you still rest in peace, and the many Kenyans that have fallen during these protests. And of course, we have the authorities investigating the exact number of Kenyans who have fallen during this time. And we continue to also follow up, and we'll give you the updates when we get that. But the Kenya Association of Hotel Keepers and Caterers 20th Tourism Symposium kicks off today in Diani, Kwale County. Remember, the number of tourists coming into the country has been affected, especially this week, as we witnessed the anti-tax protests in major towns across the country. We just want to hear from the stakeholders themselves in terms of the economical impact of the protests. And our coast-based reporter, Tobias Chanji, joins us live from Kwale County for an update on this. Tobias, good morning. How is it? What are the stakeholders saying? Are we able to hear directly from them? And as far as the tourism symposium is concerned and the tourism industry at large? Good morning.
A very good morning. We are coming to you live from Diani, where the symposium started yesterday, and it will be ending tomorrow. Remember that it comes at a time that we've been witnessing these nationwide anti-government protests, and even a section of tourists have also been victims of these protests. Remember that just 2 days ago, there is a tourist from Norway that was also arrested and actually was in cell for a day before he was released. We've also gathered some information from most tourists that some are saying that it's becoming, especially the residents tourists, who are saying that permit fee, that is the residential permit fee that used to be 100,000 shillings, has rose up to 250,000 shillings, and most of them are saying this will not be tenable. But just with me is the CEO of the Kenya Hotel Keepers and Caterers Association, Mike Masharia, maybe to just kindly paint for us an impact, or rather paint for us the tourism sector, the rather industry in the entire nation, as we also witness these protests.
Good morning. My name is Mike Macharia from Kenya Association of Hotel Keepers and Caterers. We are here in Diani to discuss what our next 20 years would look like as an industry. We've just finished 20 years of holding this annual symposium of ours, and now we are thinking, what else can we do to grow our industry? And we've discussed some mainly topical issues to do with tourism growth. We've discussed yesterday with the PS and the governor the areas of collaboration within county governments and central government, marketing, the infrastructural improvements that need to be made within the tourism areas, access into the tourism areas, and issues such as those.
Yeah. The meeting also comes at a time that we've been witnessing these countrywide protests and government protests. Do they have any effect on tourism?
Yes, they do. As you know, tourism is heavily dependent on the macro environment. So anything happens at a macro level, even if it's a simple outbreak of malaria or the flooding situation we had a few months ago, will always have an impact on the business. At times positive, at times negative. Now, what we've seen in the last few days is that we've had a little bit of a negative impact. We have had a few cancellations, but when we evaluate, by and large, businesses are going on. We are here. We started on Thursday, and we came on Wednesday, right in the middle of the protests. So we are seeing a situation whereby we have a country that can continue functioning even when there are protests. It's just that they turned very nasty on Wednesday afternoon, but generally they were peaceful. So what we've discussed with our source markets out there is that they can still continue sending their people here. And if they're feeling, whoever is uncomfortable can just shift their booking by either a week or two, and I'm sure we'll have resolved these issues because there's already an olive branch extended by His Excellency the President. We urge our young people to accept that olive branch. Let's engage. As businesses, we have gone through many situations of crisis, and we find that when we engage, we are able then to bring back the business. We need to build our economy together. We need, and our young people are part of the economic development that we are speaking about. So we can't really ruin the economy because they also get affected. We build it together, we grow together.
Another thorny issue has been the classification of hotels by the Tourism Regulatory Authority. Is it a true reflection from the industry players?
Classification is an East African thing. We started off as a big brother in the East Africa region, where our criteria was deemed to be the best. Part of what we are reflecting on here is that we brought an expert from South Africa in 2006. We were here, we were still in Diani, to discuss classification. And that expert helped us develop our own classification criteria. You remember at that time we didn't have a Tourism Act. So we were still grappling with the issue of the Hotels and Restaurants Authority under the old CAP 494. But then the Tourism Act kicked in 2011 and formed the Tourism Regulatory Authority, which is charged with classification. Now, the Tourism Regulatory Authority has joined up with similar organizations within East Africa, and we have a joint classification. So the thing is that it's not really thorny. It's just that being driven from a government perspective can take long because of bureaucracy. And it's not just in Kenya, within the East African region. You find that there's bureaucratic layers to peel out. So that's what we're trying to do, and we do hope that with enough facilitation, because we have the capacity to classify all Kenyan hotels, we just need the facility.
Including Airbnbs have becoming a challenge.
We discussed the TRA strategy, and you know, when we were developing this criteria around 2014, we didn't have Airbnbs. At that time, we were calling them homestays and villas. And within the strategy of the TRA now, we have proposed as an industry that we include the Airbnbs because they are players in the industry. And we don't really look at them as hotels. We don't look at them as competition. We actually look at them as complementary. Because if somebody today cannot afford to stay in a hotel such as this one, and they're staying in an Airbnb, they're already in the area. It's a captive market. All you need to do is show them what you have, and they will aspire to come to the five-star hotel. So it's a win-win situation.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let's get a word from the Kenya Tourism Board. KTB, kindly introduce yourself and you send.
Yeah, my name is Jimmy Kariuki, and I'm the Group Managing Director for Sarova Hotels. I was a former chairman of Kenya Tourism Board, but not anymore. Now there is a substantive chairman.
How do you see the industry?
The industry has had very positive results in terms of growth from 2022. 2023 was also a very strong year. This year we've seen some very positive growth in the industry. And, really the objective of us in the industry is to keep that growth consistent and make sure that the industry hospitality sector supports the tourism industry as a whole, so that those numbers can continue to grow. Yeah.
Thank you, and all the best.
Okay.
Well, there you have it. Those are industry players. The Kenya Tourism Board. Kindly introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name is Lona Nyaga. I'm the Director of Marketing Support Services at Kenya Tourism Board, otherwise known as KTB. My role is about how we communicate as Kenya Tourism Board, as well as all the marketing activities that we do to be able to position Kenya as an all-diverse, all-year-round destination that also focuses on the home of human origins. Yeah. Yes.
So how's the destination currently because of these protests?
There is really nothing unique about what Kenya is going through right now. We have seen other destinations experiencing, citizens exercising their constitutional rights. What matters is how do we ensure that the destination is safe for our travelers to come and visit Kenya. We remain magical Kenya. We are the home of human origins. We have really so many experiences that we are inviting everyone to come and experience here in Kenya. Our airports, they're open, they're accessible. The roads are also accessible. The facilities, the experiences that they're coming to experience, they're all accessible. So we invite everyone to come and experience magical Kenya.
Thank you. There you have it. Those are industry players just giving for us a perspective of the sector that has come, or rather the meeting that has come at the time that we've also been witnessing the anti-government protest. And as I've said earlier, the conference will be ending tomorrow, Saturday. For now, it's back to you in studio.
Thank you very much, Tobias Chanji, for that report. And we want to take a very short breather. You are watching News Desk. Stay with us. There's still more after this break.